Typical education in our school and colleges framed our mindset in such a way that we are finding it very hard to become successful in the real world. So let's discuss that and correct all the wrong notions that we have picked up from our education. Number one, money is tied to employment. When you think about earning money, what comes to your mind? Obviously, majority of us thought that money can only be earned through employment, great jobs, high paying companies, and well to do gazetted officers. And we believed in all of these things so much so that our youth is almost sacrificing years in preparation of these government jobs, difficult exams, preparation for premier colleges, all of that. Not only years, not only wasting the time, they're also wasting a lot of money in hefty fee. And we have been brainwashed so much that if for some reason we are not able to get through these exams, we are not able to crack these exams, life becomes insignificant, so much so that some people even ends up taking their lives. How horrible is that? I mean, a job becomes much more than somebody's life. So this is really serious, guys. I mean, every single one of us must understand that money is not tied to employment. Money is tied to solving problems. I will repeat it. Money is tied to solving problems. If you solve problems, money will come. You will earn money. Or in other language, you can say, if you help someone solve their problems, if you help someone in their problem, you earn some money for helping them. It can be in form of a product, it can be in form of a service. There are numerous ways. And why this is important for you to understand, because it will free you from that pressure that you have on your mind that money can only be earned from a job, and so I must sustain my job even if I don't like it, even if the work culture is toxic, even if it's impacting my health in a negative way. If you have the right mindset and you know that money is not tied to the employment, then it will free you from so much pressure and you will start seeing opportunities for yourself in the outside market. Now, solving that problem can be within a job or outside the job as well. If you like your job, you continue doing that. But with this mindset, you will see a lot of opportunities that you can pick on, because in today's time, we all know typical careers doesn't work. I mean, you have to figure out another sources of income for yourself, maybe a second source or many sources for yourself. So knowing this will help you identify those opportunities and pick them at the right moment. Second thing is no individual viewpoint. We are influenced since a very young age that our perception, our thoughts, our beliefs are shaped by someone else. We tend to believe what anybody else has already done or somebody else is saying, or things like elders are always right or teachers are always right, all of those stuff. I'm not sure if you remember your school days, but I particularly remember that if we wanted to score like 100% in the exam, we had to write the answers basis what our teacher perceive as right, I mean the correct answer. Even if I know an alternate way, an alternate answer, which is correct by the logic, I couldn't write that. Why? Because I knew that the teacher will not give me 100% marks in this, because it's not as per the book or what she or he taught us. So, and if there is a new certification in the market, but by doing which your neighbor got a good paying job, chances are you will also do that without even realizing, without even analyzing whether you have the interest in that field. Do you have the pre-required skill set to do that certification? Absolutely zero efforts in that direction, absolutely zero work on having an individual point of view. If 1,000 other people are investing in something, you will also invest. If 1,000 other people are buying iPhone, you will also do the same without analyzing whether it suits your lifestyle, your situation. Do you actually need it? So now you might think, what's wrong in this? If somebody else is getting success by doing the steps, then we shall follow the same. Why to put the efforts or hard work of having our own point of view or definitions? The biggest disadvantage of this is that you will do all of that stuff, but at a point in your life, you'll be like, I have taken all the steps which are required to be successful. I've done everything. Then why the hell I do not feel happy? Why do I feel frustrated in that job? Why do I feel I'm living somebody else's life? That's bound to happen. You will feel unhappy because you have taken decisions, you have designed your life basis somebody else's interest. So that life is not truly yours, that life is of somebody else. And then you will end up having health issues and emotional issues, and that life, I would say, would be such a waste. You would never realize what you could have done, what is your true potential, what you could have bring to the world. You would never know that because you have simply blindly followed what somebody else is doing. Now, the next thing on the list is budgeting in a wrong way. Education, I think, never taught us, and even if they did it in a very wrong way. I mean, when you think about budget, what comes to your mind? At least to my mind, it comes like, if I design a budget, that means I have to restrict my spendings, I have to restrict my happiness, I have to squeeze down my expenses, I have to save. And I mean, the basic vibe of the word budgeting is restricting yourself. I mean, that's the kind of vibe that you feel with budgeting. But do you know that if you use it correctly, budgeting is actually an enabling tool. It can enable you to spend on things that are more valuable to you than spending on things which do not bring much of joy in your life. If you design your budget mindfully and with your own individual point of view, then you will see that you will have money for every single category of your life, as in budget for your fun, budget for your saving, budget for whatever you need it. And having an individual point of view, having your own definitions will help in designing a budget that is true to you, rather than just simply picking a budgeting template of somebody else, of your friend, and then putting your numbers there. That will not help. You have to actually identify that what brings joy to you and what is useless to you to spend money on, and then you design the ratios differently, and it can actually take you towards your financial freedom in long term if you do it well. So do not run away from the thought of budgeting, because essentially the vibe that has been given to us since education is quite negative and restricting. But if you plan it well for yourself, then it is a beautiful tool and you must use it. And the next thing that was never taught was to prioritize building assets rather than building liabilities. As soon as someone gets a good paying job, what that person does, buys a new car, maybe for himself or herself, or maybe for the parents, doing the down payment for the new flat, or maybe buying an iPhone, or maybe luxury trip. All of these things are, I would say, emotional purchases which are very well received in the society. I mean, then the neighbors will realize how well paying job you have. Now, this is a trap, guys. I mean, that car will lose half its value the moment it comes out of that showroom. And you will end up in the cycle of paying EMIs for the value which is actually not there, which the value which doesn't even exist. So what's the point? Where we are going wrong here? The wrong here is that as soon as you start earning, doesn't matter big money or small money, put that money to work so that it can multiply itself, or so that that money earn more money for you, so that your future can be secured. So instead of buying that car, that iPhone, or doing a down payment for a residential flat, put your money in some investment, put your money to some work. Instead of you paying money, you paying EMIs, let that money bring interest to you, let that money grow for you, do some work for you. If you do not do that, then it doesn't matter how much of a good paying job you have, you will end up working most of your life, and towards the end you will feel that you just wasted your life in working for some random companies and you never got a chance to live it as per your wish. So build your assets first and then think about liabilities, only if you can afford them after building your assets. It's okay if that neighbor cannot see in what you have invested in. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Ultimately, it's your life, and that investment will bring joy in your life. That investment will bring security to your future. Next thing is zero emphasis on finding a career that you truly love. I don't think there was even a single day where the teacher asked any one of us that, what is your dream career? What comes naturally to you? I don't think any teacher ever asked us that. All they cared about was good attendance in the college, in school, and good marks, good grades. And as per them, as per their philosophy, only good grades could make you successful in life. So that's all we did. I mean, we never took out time to think what is the career that brings joy to us naturally. The norm is that you first study, get your college degree, then get into a high paying job, and then maybe if you have time, you can think where you want to move next. And that move also is not very easy. I mean, there will be 1,000 people standing in front of you. You have to answer to them why you want to switch your good paying job to some stupid sounding career. I mean, our education system makes us believe that jobs our jobs. I mean, work is work. There's nothing joyful about it. Even if you do not enjoy it, you find it boring, you find it mundane, you find it toxic, even then you have to do it because it's job, it's work. That's how everybody earns money. The idea of enjoying the work, the idea of choosing a career that you love almost doesn't exist in the education system. So that is something we need to work on, because now there are so many opportunities in front of us and we still are holding to this belief. Even if we consciously are not realizing this, but subconsciously we are trapped in this mindset. Even if the opportunity present itself in our life, we are fearful to take it because we are so attached to that typical job, to that typical source of income, that we are afraid, what if we fail? And then we have to explain it to 100 other people. So this is something that needs to go. Next thing is income tax. Though every single individual who gets into a job or into a business, any kind of earning, that individual have to pay tax. Everybody knows this, but still no college, no school preps us for this. I mean, colleges are producing job titles. They want us to optimize for the job titles, but they never ever care about whether we are prepped enough to understand our taxes, to file our taxes, or what are the possible ways we can save our money in those taxes. All of that is never taught unless or until that is your specialization. If you are going to work into taxes, you are into finances, no college school teaches this. And the final thing on the list is basics of investing. Now this, I think it's a big shame on our education system that even after spending millions of money and years of time, we still learn investment from YouTube videos. This truly explains how broken our education system really is. Compounding is said to be the eighth wonder of the world, and there is a reason why it is said so. I mean, if you know it, you know it. But most of us are not able to enjoy the true benefit of compounding because most of us start investing in our late 30s or maybe 40s. Some people doesn't even start then. And that compounding could have done wonders by the time you are 30 and 40. If you start investing in your teenage, or maybe from your very first job, or from the very first income. I mean, as a kid, I was a big saver. I mean, I used to save everything, all the pocket money, all the money I used to receive from relatives on any occasions. I used to love seeing my piggy bank getting filled with money. But because I didn't know about investment and all the benefits associated with it, I just kept that money in the piggy bank. And over time, all that money lost its value because of inflation. And so what I'm trying to say is, if our youth can get this knowledge early on in our education system, then life for them could have been way different. I mean, instead of prepping them for that exam, for that job titles, which they are not even interested in, prep them for their life, prep them for the success that they can achieve in their lifetime, and they can enjoy the life to the fullest. People have to take extra coaching to be able to get into a good job. Then what is the use of schools and colleges? They charge so heavy fee. What is the use? I mean, if you teach right kind of investment strategy to that teenager, they'll be able to design their life beautifully, and that investment will do wonders for them, and they will not have to depend on anybody. And even for people who are in jobs right now, not everybody is investing. People are scared to invest. I mean, this investment can really give them peace of mind and can free them from a lot of burden, because today they are dependent on that job. That is the single source of income. If tomorrow that job is not there, if tomorrow the work culture turns toxic, if tomorrow that person doesn't want to do the job for whatever reason, if there is right investment done, then that person can leave the job peacefully and can figure out something else for him. So it's very important for us to deal with this damage that our education system has done in believing that job is the only thing that you have to do. Job is the only thing that will bring you money. Come out of that, work on your mindset, and learn some good investment strategies, and plan your finances in a way that you are not dependent on anybody, be it a job or somebody else. So guys, these are the few pointers which I thought our education system got totally wrong, and these are the prime reasons why we become unhappy later in our life, because we do not know how to explore better opportunities for ourselves or how to design a life of abundance and financial independence. So that was it. Let's quickly take a look at the summary of today's video. I really hope you found this conversation helpful, and with that, I'm signing off. You keep on watching more content on the Corporate Diaries to be corporate ready, and I will see you in my next one. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Take care. Bye.